What's up, guys? Sorry this video came out 1 day after I said it was gonna come out. So yeah, big shame. Still gonna be trash, obviously, because I'm not good at making videos yet. I don't know what I'm talking about, but let's just hop right into this. So today we're talking about the new space race. So let's just go right into this. Alright, first off, I want to call out that we're going to be first talking about the US and Russia, since they are the OGs. Now this is 50 years after the original space race, which is kind of crazy to me, I must say. But our new space race, Space Race 2, has 5 countries instead of 2 now. So instead of just being the US and Russia, it is now US, Russia, China, India, and Japan, to name a few. There might be more countries, but those are the main ones that are actually making big moves towards going to A, the moon, and making a lunar base there, and B, Mars, and possibly making a base there in the future. In this video I will be explaining what pros each country has and what cons each country has, and in the comments at the end you can decide, write it down, tell me what your opinion is. I'm going to tell you what my opinion is. Yeah, let's just hop right into it. So first up, gotta explain what they are wanting, which is obvious, is influence, and above all, money. This is why this is a race, and everybody isn't working together on it. Anyway, first up we got the US. So US has, in my opinion, 3 main aerospace companies, and I say in my opinion because there are more than 3, obviously, but in my opinion there's only 3 that might actually win. So first up, obviously, we got NASA, which is the big daddy of them all. Alright, and then we got SpaceX, which you all know is my first personal favorite. Elon, if you're watching this, which you're definitely not, shout out to you. And then we also got Blue Origin, which Jeff Bezos, I don't really like you that much, I'm sorry to say, but make pretty good rockets. Possibly. You haven't made them any yet. So yeah, you already heard me name drop some people, which we got Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, center and right, respectively. Which, by the way, Elon, hold up. Much better image. Alright. Then we also got Jim Bridenstine, who I am putting as the sort of chief of NASA, in a sense. In the sense that he's a head figure. For each country, I'll put up a head figure. Not for any, like, statistical purposes, just because I think it's cool. So yeah, Jim Bridenstine, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. So first off, NASA has their Artemis program, which they are likely going to be sending to the moon. And also, I forgot to mention, by the way, NASA is backed by, let's see, 2, why am I saying 2?
6.5 hours later.
$23 billion, which is the most of any country, so their Artemis program is likely going to be the best, and that is likely going to be setting up on the moon. And they've also launched their Perseverance rover already this year, which a few other countries have launched rovers and probes and whatnot to Mars this year, which I'll get into later. And yeah, so those are their big steps so far. They have big plans. Specifically with that rover, they're planning to get a lot of resources, and the Artemis program is looking to be successful so far. Now, there's a little mini space race going on in the US, so I'll quickly cover that. Between 1, SpaceX, and 2, Blue Origin, obviously. So I'm going to go over SpaceX first. So SpaceX, what their achievements are so far is that they have sent people to the ISS already, and they also own Starlink, which is quickly taking over this satellite market. Not that I'm going to mention satellites that much, I just figured this is sort of important. It shows that they are using the rockets quite well. And they have reusable rockets, also very important. And also they're, I almost forgot to mention, they're making the Starship, which is going to be one of the biggest rockets ever, and is going to take people to Mars. Probably. We know Elon Musk is very ambitious, and he works very fast. So I'm thinking they're going to win the race. They pulled long hours there. Yeah. Now, Jeff Bezos with Blue Origin, they have made a prototype lunar lander already, and they're working on a fairly big rocket right now at the moment, but that's basically it. but don't count Blue Origin out because they're backed by Jeff Bezos, and they have some of the biggest rockets ever. But not quite as big as SpaceX's are going to be, but very big definitely. So yeah, don't count them out. But in my opinion, SpaceX is slightly over Blue Origin, but that's sort of biased. Yeah, take it as you will. Also, I forgot to mention, or not forgot to mention, I didn't really want to mention, but Richard Branson, who owns Virgin Galactic, or not Virgin, yeah, Virgin Galactic, and has Virgin Origin. He's also sort of in here, but I didn't really think he was going to play that big a role. He sends rockets from planes, which is pretty cool, as you can see. But other than that, not very much he has done. So yeah, just quick mentioning. Up next, Russia, with Roscosmos. I hope I just said that right. And Dmitry, I don't know how to say your last name, let's flash it up. So, they hope to get to the moon by 2024, as does NASA. I might have forgotten to mention that as well. Their budget currently is 176 billion rubles, which in dollars that's 3 billion, so way less than NASA's already. They're in third place, however, I believe. You'll see what I mean later. So what has Russia done besides make nice posters? Is they've also sent up the Luna Glob system, which is an odd name in my opinion, but hey, they do them. And this is supposed to help make a fully robotic lunar base, and also they're working on a lunar rover, or perhaps a Mars rover, who knows. And they might be sending up a system by 2023 for a robotic space base, and then 2024 possibly sending up one for a human crewed space base. So that's pretty cool, but the only problem is their budget is getting cut severely, so that goal might be pushed back quite a bit, maybe back to 2025 or later. So Russia not looking so good in comparison to the USA, but still fairly decent. So yeah, next up is China with the CNSA, headed by, I hope I said this right, Sun Laiyan. They plan to get to the moon by at least 2025, and by the looks of it, it could actually be earlier, because they are on par with the US in some capacity. So what they have is they're making the Tiangong personal space station that will be orbiting around the Earth, which is pretty impressive. That should be made by 2022. Actually, it'll look more like this, probably. Another thing they have is, I hope I say this right as well, Chang'e project, which it's got the whole package for going to the moon. It's got orbiters, landers, rovers, all that juicy stuff. They actually are one of the other ones that have sent a rover up, which I'll explain later. Now, what the rocket they're probably going to use to get to the moon is the Long March rocket, which tell me in the comments below if you get that history reference, wink wink. And that is very close to actually most of the US's rockets, as you can see. But yeah, now the rover, as I mentioned before, is called the Tianwen rover, and it also comes with an orbiter, and that was launched a few days before the Perseverance rover this year. So you can see that could be happening. And they plan to have a uncrewed mission to Mars by 2033, and a crewed one between 2040 and 2060. So that's actually fairly similar to the US, or Elon Musk's ideas, by the way, who thinks that we're going to get there by 2050. So yeah, China on par. They have $8 billion in budget as well, so they're the second best on this list. So in my opinion, they'll likely, based on these statistics, either get first or second. And so far it looks like US and China are the only competitors. which in my opinion they are, because the next two, India and Japan, are slightly behind. So India first, they have the ISRO, which has a budget of 13,000 crore. I don't know what that translates to in dollars. It's really confusing. But yeah, so they have K. Sivan backing them up, who has a killer mustache, I must say. Like, goddamn, that caterpillar is crazy. But they have, the Chandrayaan system, or rover system, I don't know. That would be going up in 2024, so they're a little behind with the old rover launching, but that is going to the moon. Now they're also sending an orbiter to Mars and possibly a rover to Mars with the Mongolian. I'm hoping I'm not saying these all wrong. And that's going up in 2024. Now, I say India is slightly behind, I said it earlier, is because their first crewed mission is being launched in 2021, their first crewed mission ever, and it's the Gaganyaan. So that should be very interesting. Whoops. Yeah, India's sort of up there. I'd say they're higher than Japan. Probably not higher than Russia, because Russia's been in the game longer. But yeah, they might pull ahead. I swear, they might pull ahead. They might get third place, betting on third place. But yeah, next up, Japan, JAXA, headed by Hiroshi Yamakawa. Yeah, who through all his freaking photos, man, I could not find this dude smiling at all. So I don't know what's up with him. But they have the SLIM mission, or program rather, where it's going to go to the moon. It's an uncrewed lander, however, that's going up in 2021. They also are planning, they seem to be planning a lunar base. It's not confirmed yet, or at least as far as I can tell. But along with that, they have the MMX, which is a Mars probe, going up in 2024. So sort of very similar to India's plans at the moment. They're at similar standing. And actually, this year, they've already sent the Emirates Mars orbiter before either China or the US did. So good on them. Their budget is 160 billion yen, which is about $1.5 billion. So again, not that bad. That's fourth place, or fourth possibly. I don't know how much India's is. So pretty much last in the known budgets, converted to US money. So yeah, that's all the information. So comment below what you think. Now, quickly, what my opinion is that SpaceX and NASA will win, though it is likely that Blue Origin, SpaceX, and NASA will all work together, which I'm hoping they do, because that just makes the most sense. Though Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk might not want to share all that money, so I don't know. But Virgin Galactic Orbit is not really in there, in my opinion. So first place I got the US. Second place I got China. Actually, first or second could be interchangeable with them, because China has a lot of satellites too. They've been launching a lot of satellites. I didn't mention that earlier. Actually, all these countries have been launching a lot of satellites, but the US and China launched a lot. They have the most planned out things. They have the most experience around them. Even though Russia has a lot of experience, but their budget is sort of cut, so they haven't been able to make a lot of things. So I'm saying Russia will definitely, probably, be in third, and then fourth and fifth is up in the air with India and Japan. They have very similar plans, like pretty much the exact same. India might actually get third. I'm not sure. If Russia's situation with their budget gets worse. So yeah, tell me in the comments below what you think. If you like this, you know what to do. Subscribe, please. Like, maybe. If you didn't like this, dislike. I know this came out late. It's not that good. Recording, it's trash like usual. But yeah, comment, do all that. And I'll see you in the next one. And now, if you don't mind, I have to go learn Chinese once they take over Mars and I move there. So, 再见.